Russell Wilson going to Denver after 10 seasons in Seattle. Sounds like he's already making a great first impression. One of his top targets, Courtland Sutton, said, quote, "The juice is just different, knowing that we have a guy that has been at the top of the mountain before," close quote.
Yes.
So, Sal, will Russell Wilson live up to the hype in Denver?
No, he will not live up to the hype in Denver. The hype is just too much right now. People are really projecting that, I guess, all four of these teams are going to make the playoffs next year. Has that ever happened in NFL history? Andy, hit me up. Think about this. Every other team in that division has continuity in the most important positions in terms of what you're going to get at the quarterback position, right? And then there's Denver, who not only they don't have continuity at quarterback, but they don't have continuity with the quarterback and the head coach. So they have to work on their relationship. And then Russell Wilson has to get acclimated to whatever this offense is going to look like with Russell Wilson. Public Enemy, my favorite group in the 80s. NWA, obviously, right there. But when Cube left, I didn't know what to do. So I said, Public Enemy. They had a song called Don't Believe the Hype. Don't believe the hype that this team will hit the ground running in a division that is so stacked, maybe the toughest division in football. I think that it's going to take them some time. You're going to go against a Chargers team with Justin Herbert, maybe the best quarterback in the game right now, with a boulder on his shoulder because he hasn't been to the playoffs yet. You got Derek Carr, who just got his money, and he's acclimated. He knows his situation. He's just got to get acclimated with Josh McDaniels, who's going to help him. Maybe not hurt him, actually help him and elevate his game after all his years in New England. And then you look around and you say, well, who's the other team? Who we going to beat up on, okay? We got Kansas City. Damn it. Oh, no, Tyreek Hill's gone, but it's Patrick Mahomes still. Are you kidding? Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes? Y'all know what Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes going to do. They still going to be contenders. So I'm not wishing any ill on them. I think they're still going to be a winning team, but hit the ground running? No, sir, not in this division.
I think he will live up to the hype, Sal, because what's the hype? At the end of the day, the hype is get to the playoffs, win a playoff game, and eventually win a Super Bowl. Remember when Peyton Manning, the great Peyton Manning, went to Denver? They went from 7-9 to 13-3. They didn't instantly win a Super Bowl and instantly just make it to an AFC championship. It's 7-9 to 13-3. Peyton Manning ultimately lived up to the hype. Goes to the Super Bowl the next year, no luck. Plays Seattle Seahawks, so Super Bowl the following year. A couple years later, if I'm not mistaken, gets the job done. Beats the Carolina Panthers, Super Bowl 50, 2016. So living up to the hype isn't just a year one needs to be done right now thing. Living up to the hype is, can you get it done eventually? We understand what the hype is and who said it. Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay, and they instantly win a Super Bowl. But Russell Wilson isn't Tom Brady in talent. Matthew Stafford goes to Los Angeles. They instantly win a Super Bowl. But the Broncos aren't the Rams in talent. So Russell Wilson is somewhere in between. We know he's not as good as Tom Brady, so we don't put that pressure on him. And we know the Broncos aren't as good as the Rams, so we don't put that pressure on them as a team. All Russell Wilson has to do, get this team to the playoffs. Easy to do now that you got 7 teams that make the playoffs. All Russell Wilson has to do, make sure this team goes from a 7-10 win team to a 12-5, 11-6. Just get them into double-digit with wins. The Broncos haven't seen double-digit wins since they went to the Super Bowl. They haven't seen more than 7 wins, if I'm not mistaken, since 2017. So the Broncos have a low bar. Russell Wilson has a high ceiling. I think he lives up to the hype.
Man, there are question marks, not only on this team, and not a ton because they got a defense, they got running backs, they got receivers, they got Russell Wilson. You love all of that, but here's the problem. Let's talk about one, Russell Wilson. A lot of people going to say, well, he was injured last year, and that threw everything off. Okay. You know he's 3-6 in his last 9 playoff games. I hear you right now. It's the system. It was the situation. You know his passer rating has fallen each of the last 3 seasons. No, it's not him. It's the system. You know that the offense failed to score more than 20 points in 6 of his 14 starts last year. No, it's not Russ. It's the system. Carson Wentz had more passing touchdowns. I get it, injury. Mac Jones had more passing yards per game. Mac Jones, rookie? Really? Jared Goff had a higher completion percentage than him. Taylor Heineke, he's starting? He should. I don't know. Teddy Bridgewater, 2-glove Teddy. Point is, Russell Wilson is doing this, and it's an escape. You've been to those escape rooms before.
Love them.
You love them, and I hate them. Because I'm like, look, I ain't paying y'all to give me all this anxiety. Like, which way out? But here's the thing. Russell Wilson just went to another team and think all of his issues are solved. Take it from a guy who played on 4 teams. Your issues come with you. You better fix them. And Russell Wilson, of late, And it's not just a one-game sample size. Of late, has had some issues that Denver may not be able to fix day one.
You're not wrong at all, but Denver's floor cell is so loaded, Russ ain't got to do much. Like, who have Denver had at quarterback? Brock Osweiler, Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater, Trevor Siemian. Like, these are the quarterbacks. Add all of them up, and they're still not half of Russell Wilson.
No.
So Russ ain't even got to be Super Bowl Russ. Russ just got to be good enough Russ. He just got to be good enough to take him to the playoffs. They ain't got to go win a Super Bowl. Nobody's expecting them to go out and win a Super Bowl in the toughest quarterback division I think the NFL has ever seen. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr, Russell Wilson. Toughest quarterback division the NFL has seen in the history of the National Football League. Nobody's expecting Russ to go win it all. Russ just has to get his. It's kind of like now, so we talk about, and I think you and I have had this conversation maybe off mic, I don't know that there will be any more transcendent superstars like Michael Jackson, like Beyonce. I think Justin Bieber is the last transcendent superstar. Why? Because the market's too saturated now. You got Netflix now, didn't have it then. You got Hulu now, you didn't have it then. Everybody named Mama got a Plus. Everybody got an additional Plus streaming service. You didn't have all them pluses then. You didn't have TikTok, you didn't have Instagram. The market is so saturated that the days of everybody turning on Channel 8 to watch Michael Jackson perform are over. The days of everybody tuning into their TV to watch the Oprah Winfrey Show at 4 p.m. or wherever it's nationally syndicated are over. The market is too saturated. The market's too saturated in that AFC East. Or excuse me, the market's too saturated in that AFC West division. The market's just too saturated. Patrick Mahomes, Herbert, Russ, Carr. The days of Russell Wilson just easily winning 13 games, 12 games. No. But can you get yours? See, the beauty even of now, if we're talking about entertainment, it's a rising tide. So it's float every boat. It's floating all boats. You ain't got to be the only superstar like the days of Michael Jackson, but can you get your piece of the pie? Russ just has to be able to get his piece of the pie. Mahomes will get his. Herbert gets yours. Carr gets yours. I don't need to be the clear-cut superstar in the AFC West. I just got to make sure I get mine. Russell Wilson will get his, and that will be living up to the hype.
Oh, man, we're going to have this layer right here. Let's put it down. You know that the Denver Broncos missed playoffs in the last 6 years, right? Losing record in 5 consecutive seasons, 5-13 versus AFC West teams over the last 3 years, have lost 9 of their last 10. But Russell Wilson wasn't there. Okay. Russell Wilson had his own struggles in Seattle. So 2 struggles are going to meet each other and they're going to just blow up. Okay, good luck with that record deal. Here we go. Let's talk about this situation like you talked about it. You said the floor is low. Yeah, the problem is the ceiling's so damn high with Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and obviously Derek Carr, who is underrated, underappreciated. I'm going to bring it home to you because you brought it home to me. You said in the entertainment industry, great example, too. Great example. You're like, I don't think we're going to get those mega superstars. People faint when they see you anymore because everybody a star. Like, you be in your crib right now, be a star. I see these cats doing this. I'm like, damn, he famous. Way more famous than me. I went out to dinner to Craig's 2 weeks ago, and I'm sorry I forgot his name. This dude was famous. Like, everybody in the restaurant going up to him. Meanwhile, there are old school, traditional famous people I saw in there, and people were walking kind of like, hey. And then he was a podcaster. I said, what? Hit me to the game. I'll get his name later. Here's the thing. In entertainment, the fame level can go out there to anybody because it's infinite, right? You said the piece of the pie. It's infinite in entertainment, not in sports. This all narrows in scope. This is a finite piece. This pie right here is finite. You teams, 7 over here gets in here. Those are slices. The rest of y'all ain't eating. Then we're going to get it all down to 1. In entertainment, we ain't got to have 1. It ain't just Drake. It ain't just Beyonce. It's infinite. But in sports, it's 1. And I'm sorry, Russell Wilson, you're not the one. Because last time I checked, somebody told me he was a square.